Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new video on my channel. I hope y'all are doing fine. I hope y'all are doing alright. And actually I also wanted to make this I wanted to make a soft spoken video. For some reason I am whispering again. Like actually I wanted to make a soft spoken video, so I'm going to continue like this. So today we're going to talk about minimalism and about my own experience with this, because on my main channel, like on my other YouTube channel, actually this is my main channel because I upload way more frequently to my ASMR channel than to my other channel, but I would like to change that. Like I would like to also upload more frequently on my other channel. But basically I made a challenge for my other channel in which I was like decluttering a lot for 1 month. It was like a minimalist decluttering challenge, and I basically sorted out 1 thing on day 1, 2 on day 2, 3 on day 3, 4 on day 4, 5 on day 5, and on day 31 I had 31 things for 1 day that I had to sort out, that I had to get rid of. And this kind of like I don't think this challenge has really changed my perspective on consumerism and on just things, you know, but like I think actually like 2 years ago, like my progress started 2 years ago roundabout, because 2 years ago I still lived, or like a bit more than 2 years ago, but around about 2 years ago I still lived among trash. Like I had so much trash just in my bedroom. Like I had multiple moving boxes filled with trash, filled with old stuff. And in my case also, like it's not that I don't know, I just bought a lot and wasted a lot of money, and then I just had a lot of stuff lying around. Like I also wasted my money on certain things, but it's not that I spent I don't know how much money every single month or something like this, but it was more that I couldn't say goodbye to things. I just kept them for years basically, and I still had some toys from my childhood, or like a lot of things from when I was a child, a lot of unnecessary things, a lot of gifts. Like whenever somebody gifted something to me, I would keep this, no matter if I needed this or if I even liked this or not. Or I still had a lot of like mainly also the things that I still had from my childhood. Like a lot of these things were still in really good condition. I never really played with them. I never played a lot with things when I was a child. I don't know if this makes sense, but like I don't know, I just from an early age on I never really wanted to, I don't know, I was just also always really careful, you know, with things. I was never really destructive. I was never really, I don't know, just throwing around with toys or whatever. I would always keep them in a really good shape, and so I never really wanted to throw them away. Like I never took a look at them. Sometimes I didn't even like them, but I was just like, no, you have to keep that, you know, you have to keep that. You can't throw this away now, I don't know. But yeah, this is basically what I thought. And so for years I couldn't say goodbye to a lot of things. I would just keep them. And I also had 1 moving box with some old paper tissue boxes, because I just liked the design. I just liked, like they had, I don't know, some different colors or different, like they had some quotes on them, and I was just like, what a beautiful card box, you know, like, and I thought I could reuse them one day, and I never reused them. Like I would just keep them in this moving box, and I had like at least 1 moving box, a whole moving box with old paper tissue boxes inside. And I was just, one day I just realized this is not how you want to live. And like I just had also things happening in my life, and I was just realizing that, you know, life is so precious, life is so short actually. Also like life is like, you just have to live your life, you know. And I didn't want to live my life among trash, you know, because I couldn't move around anymore. And like also today I'm not a minimalist. Like this is today's topic of the video, but I want to talk about this as well. But like you don't need to be a minimalist, but like if you have too many things and you are just stumbling upon them, like you're just running into them the whole day, every single day, this is just not how it's supposed to work, you know. Like this is just, or at least not in my opinion. Like I didn't have food lying around or whatever. It was still quite clean, I would say, like as clean as a messy room can be. But yeah, obviously it's not the same cleanliness, you know. If you have so much stuff lying around also on the floor, you can't really clean the floor if you have so much stuff lying around there. And so yeah, one day I just realized, or like over the course of some weeks, I realized you don't want to live like this anymore. You have to clean up. And so I got rid of more and more things, of all of these things. And I just like, I also always like, whenever I sort out things, I have like trash and then things that I can give to someone, or like I can ask someone, would you still like to have some like this? Do you need some like this? Or you can donate something. Like I also had a lot of things that I just had, I don't know, twice, or that I just had because I don't know, someone else gifted this to me and I never really used it, but it's still in good condition. Like you have to kind of consider these 3 different categories. But I had like also a lot of trash. I had a lot of trash, and so now my washing machine is finished. I have to do this real quick, and then we will talk about minimalism real quick, like what I think about this whole, is it a movement? Is it like, I don't think it's a movement, I don't think it's a trend, it's just a way of life. And yeah, I just want to talk about this real quick. Like, first of all, if you have a lot of things, it really is a luxury, you know, like it really is a privilege if you have a lot of things. But like I also see like people who tend to not have had a lot of things when they were younger tend to just want more when they're older. Like as an example, both of my parents, they didn't have a lot of things when they were growing up. Like my mother, she grew up quite poor, and my father like also didn't have a lot of things. Like his parents had a lot of debts for a lot of years, and nowadays they just both have a lot of things, I would say. Like they just kind of, it's not like they buy a lot, but they just hold tight to what they have, you know. They don't want to throw it away so easily. And this is how I used to be like as I said, all of these things that I still had. Like it wasn't that I had to buy a lot of things every single week or every single day or whatever, but I just couldn't really let go of the things that I had. I couldn't say, all right, I had a good time with this and that when I was a child, or when I was 2 years younger, or I don't know, 2 years ago, this and that was really useful to me, now it's not anymore. I just couldn't really be like this, and I couldn't really say, all right, I'm just going to let go of this. And so I think what has helped me, like I just want to tell you a bit what has helped me to let go of things and why I'm doing this in the first place. Basically, why I like to have less things, it is just you have more space. You have more space, and if you walk around in, like especially during the pandemic, I think this is also when I noticed this, because although it was already 2 years in the pandemic, like it was in 2022, but I think especially during this time when, like during the pandemic, I was just at home, and I just realized, you know, whenever I wanted to walk inside of this room, or like if I went into this room, if I wanted to go out of this room, I walked into something, like I walked onto something. Then I did hurt my feet because, I don't know, I walked on something that, I don't know, on some sharp objects or whatever. And so I think life is just easier if you have less things. Also, if you're moving, you know, if you want to move houses, if you want to move into a smaller apartment, as an example, and then you just can't take all of these things with you. Like it's just so much easier if you have less things. And also, like I feel like, I don't know, like nowadays I also don't really feel the need to buy more, like to buy new things. Like I used to be in a mindset, I don't know, let's say, like also when it comes to, like I had acne for years, I still have it a bit, and I used to like instead of just being like, okay, this one product has worked for me a bit, or like just realizing, all right, you have hormonal acne, you can't work on this with like drugstore products, they are not going to do anything for you. I just tried out every single thing. I tried out something new, like some new creams, some new whatever. Or also like shampoo for my hair. I tried out this, I tried out that. Let's try out a different scent, whatever. Like so stupid sometimes. I'm just like, you know, at the end of the day, this was a certain amount of money, you know. It's not like it was a lot of money, but it was too much money in my opinion. Like if you have one bottle of shampoo for your hair, or like maybe another, like a conditioner, maybe a second shampoo, alright, but like you don't need 20 different things, you know. You don't need, I don't know, 20 different, or also like I used to buy a lot like in stock. As an example, my makeup, I just saw, okay, they don't produce this specific makeup anymore, like not this specific tone, and this fits perfectly for my face, for my skin tone. I bought, I don't know, 5 of these makeup, what is this? Makeup, I don't know the word in English, makeup, it's not a bottle, it's a makeup container. It's not a container, what is this? But like this thing, you know. And then I realized like how often I don't even apply makeup daily anymore. And if I apply it, just a little bit, like for filming I apply a little bit of makeup. This alone, this one thing, I think I opened this like in half year ago. You can keep this open for 1 year. And then I think even if makeup is closed, it should stay good for like 3 years. But this would be 3 of these things, you know. Or like maybe with 5 of these, maybe they will still be good at the end of these 3 years. But like when you buy, I don't know how much, it's just, and sometimes I also had this, like as an example, something worked well for my skin and I bought it again and again, and I had like 3 things from this, you know, and like just in case I run out, like if I ran out of the first product, I would, yeah, buy another one. So I still had 3 in stock. Like you never know, maybe especially during the pandemic time, like I was thinking about a zombie apocalypse or I don't know what, like I was just like, I have to, like, and even if you're really thinking, all right, what if the world was about to end, you know, what if we had zombies walking around, I don't know what, do you want to have makeup then? Like, isn't it more useful to have some water or to have some food or I don't know what? Like, this is just, it's stupid. It's so stupid. But this is the first thing that I did. I stopped buying in advance, so like buying so much in advance. And then also when it comes to getting rid of things, I was really like I was just taking pictures. I was really asking myself, do you need this? And do you want this? Like both of these questions. And just with these 2 questions, like quite often I had the answer no. Like sometimes it was just like, I don't need this and I don't want this in my life, or like I don't, yeah, like I don't really like it. It's not like, I don't know, I really have some emotional attachment to this thing, but I just like it in general, you know. Like, well, as an example, like as I said, when I had these old things from my childhood, you know, I don't use them anymore, I don't need them. Like also when I did this cleanup challenge, I found like some small dog figures that I used to collect as a child, and like I don't really feel this joy anymore that I felt when I was a child. Like when I was a child, I was just like, oh my god, I love this, I have to see this every single day, I have to, I don't know, collect all of these dogs, I have to play with them, I don't know. But like now I'm just like, all right, this was my problem. I was just like, all right, I don't really need this, I don't like this, but like I wouldn't buy it again right now, you know. I wouldn't buy this if like nowadays. But I was just like, yeah, but younger me felt really happy with this, and I don't know, like I had these past sentiments attached to this, and I also thought, yeah, if a child today would have this, like this child would be so happy about this, you know, they are still in good condition, like and this is just, and instead of thinking, all right, you can gift this to someone, I was just keeping it, because I was just like, yeah, one day, I don't know, maybe I'm going to give this to my kids. Like, I don't know, this is just so stupid. Like with some things you can really pass them on to your children, but like in most cases, like I don't have a lot of things from my parents, because what was trendy when they were kids, you know, like also like they didn't have a lot, as I said, but like the things that they had, like 30 years later, it's just not something that children play with anymore, or it's not in a good condition anymore. It's just, I don't know, old and dusty and rusty and crusty and I don't know. And yeah, this is just how life is, you know, and that is just why, like the things that were still in really good condition, I gifted to someone, or yeah, I also sold something on eBay. But I, like with these tiny things, I just threw them away, you know. Like sometimes also like when they weren't in a really good condition anymore, when I just knew, all right, this is trash to others, like to me I had like some attachments to this, but I would just think about this. Do I need this in my life? Do I still need this? And as I said, most of the time the answer was no. And so I would just take a picture of it. And now I have a lot of pictures. And guess what? Do I take a look at these pictures? I don't. I never take a look at these pictures. I just have them now. Like, I know if I want to take a look at my old, not even my favorite stuffed animal. I still have my favorite stuffed animal from when I was a child, you know? But not some old random stuffed animal that I had as a child. I don't take a look at this picture anymore. It's just like I liked it as a child. I just liked having, I don't know, stuffed animals. Like, I don't need this anymore. Like, I'm just always thinking, all right, as a child I was really happy with this. If a child today would have this, they would be really happy with this. But you know, I personally don't need it. And this is just like, also with clothing, a lot of clothes I have never worn, and sometimes I just like how they look, you know. I don't wear them. I don't really, I don't know, maybe they are really uncomfortable, they're not comfortable, like, or also shoes, they're not comfortable. Maybe sometimes it's not even my size. Like, I don't know, maybe it was too tight, maybe it's too loose, or like way too loose. If it's just a bit too loose, you can still wear it, but like maybe way too loose for me, and I'm just like, I don't, you know, I don't wear this. It's not comfortable, but I keep it because I like how it looks. But this is just not helping, you know, like it's still in good condition. I like how it looks, but I don't need it. It's just a fact, like it's just lying in my closet. I don't need it. And all of these things I really sorted out because, yeah, like, and I'm still in this progress. I still have some things that I can still sort out. But like the most challenging part is like in the beginning you have a lot of trash, but like later on, like only if you had like a really messy room. If you just have like regular stuff, you won't have so much, like not so much trash. But like later on, like the real problem is to find places to gift this to, basically. Like, as I don't know, like as an example, I had some old, or like I still have them because I still don't know how to, like as an example, if I have some old, like I have some old books for school, but they are for another, like in Germany there are different small departments, small countries basically in the big country, and they are basically for Hamburg, for this region. I live in Schleswig-Holstein, and then they are also not up to date anymore because it's been a while since I've been in school, although it's not been that long, but it's been a while already. Like some years already make a difference, and so no one really needs them anymore, but they are like still in good condition. And sometimes I see someone selling the exact same book for like 20 euros on eBay, but they are like big sellers, you know. Like if you are a small seller on eBay, like I don't have so many sales, and so then like no one really takes a look at these things, no one really wants to buy them. And so yeah, it's just sometimes sad when you feel like this is still in good condition, but you just don't, like no one needs this, no one wants this. This is just really sad. I just sometimes, like I don't know, I really treat things well, you know. I treat things carefully, and it's just really sad, like especially if you have these things like books, if they are not up to date anymore, they are just things that you're using, you know. And like normally you would really just use them every single day, and then once they are like, they will just not look new after 4 years or something like this. But if you don't really, like if you always be really careful and you're just like this, you know, like turning the pages really carefully and everything, like at the end of the day no one really needs this book anymore, you know. It's kind of, actually it's really sad. Like also this kind of, there we have it again, this consumerism. Like I don't know, I always try to treat things well because I want to keep them for longer. I just want to keep them for longer. As an example, also these boxes, like I really see how I also became even more careful with things, because these boxes that you see in the back, like they are just some paper carton with some, not cotton, but like with some soft, how do you call it, fabric on top of this. And so I used to, like the older ones that I have from my messy room time, like they look just like they're, I don't know, they're falling apart, they're just breaking apart. And so this is why I have them lower in the lower row. But the ones that I got new just 2 or 3 years ago, I want to keep them in good shape. They don't have to look like they're new, but I just want to keep them for longer, you know. I don't want them to be used and totally not actually like overused, you know, like that I can't really use them anymore because they're just breaking apart after only 1 or 2 years, although they only cost €5, you know. Like, I think for such a box this is a really good price. And so like also every single year this would be expensive, but like now I could exchange them, you know. After 3-4 years you could exchange them, but I just want to keep them for like 5 years or something like this, because I just feel like, why would you, you know, like, you don't need this extra waste. You can just be careful with them, you know. This is kind of my mindset now. I just want to be more careful with these, like with some things. And yeah, and then of course you sometimes need to exchange things, but I hope you know what I mean. Like, this is such a ramble talk, but basically take photos of these things that you like, of the things that you feel like you can't get rid of. Actually, I take these pictures in case I ever miss something that I sorted out, or that I've thrown away or gifted away, or like given away. But it's just, most of the time, like, I don't remember one single thing that I need, that I threw away. Like, there are maybe 5 different things where I sometimes feel like, all right, I liked this, like maybe I should have kept this, but only because of these reasons that I just had. Like, it was still in a really good condition, but I still had to throw it into the trash because no one needed it. Or it's like, yeah, I really had a lot of emotions attached to this, and like I never took a look at it for years now, but I really liked it. I really liked, I don't know, how it looked like or whatever. Like, I have maybe 5 of these things, and that's it. Like, aside from that, I don't really, and I've thrown away over 1,000 things, like multiple thousand things in total now in these last 2 years. And like, I don't know, it's not that I missed something. And so this is just sometimes what I think about. Like, I used to live with so much trash for so many years, and I never really, like, in the end of the day, I don't really miss it. I don't even miss it. And so this is what minimalism is about to me. Like, it's not about having less and less and less, and just like, also like right now I'm not a minimalist because I still have a lot of unused things. And I think the goal shouldn't be to be a minimalist. Like, you can also just have some things that you like, you know. If you're not sure whether you really want to throw this away or not, you can also keep it, you know. But yeah, I think it's about finding your perfect amount of things that you want to have. Like, it also depends on how much space you have. If you live like in a really huge place, you can also have I don't know how many things. And if you just live in a really small room and you have like your kitchen in the same room as your bedroom, and I don't know, then you obviously have to size down, you know. And so yeah, I think on one hand it's a luxury. Like, also on the countryside, typically in Germany, you have a bit more space, you have bigger apartments, you have bigger houses. Like, you can have a house for the price of an apartment that you like in the city. Everything is much more expensive, so you have more space, you have more free space. But still, yet I don't want to have so much. I don't want to have so much anymore. Like, I really want to size down more, because like, especially if you want to move, or if you just want to, I don't know, renovate. If you want to renovate something, like it's just easier if you just have to take a few things out of this room than if you have to take I don't know how many moving boxes out of this room. And so yeah, like, there are so many more things I could talk about. Like, just like today I only talked about mainly about personal reasons why we should have less things. It's also about the environment. Like, it's so much better for the environment if we just buy less. Like, minimalism isn't just about, I don't know, throwing away, you know, I have trash. It's also about not buying so many new things anymore, or I don't know, reusing some things. I just try to buy less, and I try to keep things for longer. So yeah, this was my small rambling rant. I definitely didn't say everything that I wanted to say, but yeah, I hope you could relax a bit to this. Like, this was probably, I don't know if it was boring, if it was interesting, maybe it was a mixture. I hope you could relax a bit. I hope you could maybe get tired a bit. Maybe you have already fallen asleep now. So I hope you liked the video, and if you did, I would really appreciate it if you would give it a like. And if you didn't like it, feel free to let me know why in the comments. And yeah, also feel free to let me know your own experiences or thoughts about minimalism. And yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching until now if you're still watching. And see you in the next video. Alright, bye.